Okay, good morning, one and all. Good. Respected management members, Chairman Dr. K.P. Srinivas Rao sir, Secretary Krishna Kumar sir, then Treasurer Sudhakar sir, beloved Principal sir, Dr. Hanmantarao garu, then Vice Principal sir Venugopal garu, Dr. Venugopal garu, then dear participants and students. I am very happy to be a part of IIC program as we are organizing here as a part of calendar year for IIC, the Institution Innovative Science Council. Okay, then so is a customary for IIC members. We are following the academic calendar, conducting various activities like webinars, workshops. Okay, and we are in the quarter three. Quarter three, the fourth session, we have this business model canvas. In this, we are conducting this webinar by one of the experts from our college itself. So like that, we have conducted number of programs in quarter three itself. The IPR recently we have. Then not only that, we have some another program in this quarter three itself. Not only this business model canvas, so we have to go for a small contest on this business model. Okay. So what we felt is before conducting this business model canvas webinar, so in order to make the contest, it is better to have some basics by means of a webinar. So we invited our expert to give the basics. What we feel is, so in order to have the effective contest participants, they must have some basics. That's why we are making this webinar today. So I think this webinar will be benefit to all the students and participants. Okay, especially the final year students. They have some projects also. So please follow the basics and get ready for the second round of the activity, that is the contest on business models. Okay, you may be presenting your model and the evaluators may be finding out what is the best model, and you will be having some prizes also. Okay, so I hope that this session will be useful for you. So please all of you make your systems mute as well as video free. Okay, video also off. So we will have a question and answer session at the end of the expert lecture. Okay, then you can ask all the questions, right? So I request Udayasri madam to introduce our chief guest expert. Read the biodata for him. Okay, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning to one and all. It's my privilege to introduce today's guest speaker, Dr. N. Krishna, sir. Sir has completed his BTech in Mechanical Engineering and MTech in Industrial Engineering and Management and PhD in Mechanical Engineering from JNTU, Hyderabad. Sir also completed his MBA, Operations and Management from IGNOU, New Delhi. Sir has worked for public and private limited companies at different levels, from junior engineer to director operations for more than 20 years. Out of his passion for teaching, Sir has joined the teaching profession in 2011 and teaching mechanical engineering and management related subjects. Presently, Sir is working as an assistant professor in Matrushri Engineering College in Mechanical Engineering Department since 2013. Sir has published 8 technical papers in various conferences and journals. His area of research interest are operations management, total quality management, reliability engineering, and maintenance management. With this brief introduction, now may I request our guest speaker, Dr. Krishna sir, to take over the session. Thank you, sir. Krishna sir, welcome, sir.
Yes, madam. Thank you very much for the nice introduction. Now, before I go for the presentation, I thank our management Matrushri Education Society, our principal, vice principal, and Dr. Manohar sir, head of the Department Civil Engineering, for taking the initiation and giving me this opportunity. And I thank all the coordinators for supporting me. And I also welcome the students, and I also thank you for joining me for this session. This is actually, it is part of the Ministry of HRD initiative. This is Institutions Innovation Council initiative actually. So this program is taken up to create the awareness among the students, basically for engineering students, because some of the topics what we are covering today are taught to the management students. But whenever you want to go for some project writing and applying for the project funding like SIH or the DST projects or some funded projects, so some of the model you have to answer. So the questions are looking to be tricky for them, because this subject is not taught to our engineering students in any curriculums. So that's why now this is very much important for our engineering students, those who wanted to start their own business, or some people, those who wanted to have the innovation or creative ideas. So I am going to brief you about what is business, what is the business model, and what is innovation and innovation strategy in this one. Okay. I request you can just note down the important points. I'll share the PPTs to the coordinators so that you can take from them after the session is over. And let me start with the business model canvas and innovation strategy. This is the title of our webinar. And the overview of my presentation is I'll be introducing, giving the introduction about what the business, what is the business plan, business model canvas, and followed by business model canvas. And some examples I have taken from the Google, and the business model canvas followed by the big business people. And I'll be discussing on what is innovation and innovation strategies. These are the looking to be new words. Nowadays, the business in the business world or in the market, the business, innovation, and the startup are becoming the buzzwords. So we have to understand them, and to survive in the market, one has to be innovative. Okay. So this is my overview, and I'll be discussing about what is business, because many of you are aware of what is business and what is the business plan and what is the business model canvas, which is followed by the professional people. Everybody will have the business plan, but what is business model canvas, we'll try to understand, and after that we'll try to understand what is innovation and what are the strategies available to us. And I will also try to give you some of the examples wherein the different strategies followed by the top business people or corporates. Now, coming to the definition of a business. A business is defined as an organization or an entity engaged in commercial, industrial, or professional activities. This is the definition of the business. And the business is to make the profit. Please remember, business is to make the profit. You are buying some goods and selling some goods, that is also a business. It's called a trading business. Okay, if you are manufacturing some goods and selling, that is a manufacturing of products. And that is also a business. And if you are doing some kind of service like transportation, cargo, courier service, hospital, or running a school or institution, that is also a business entity. Okay, but it comes under the service. We call it as a service organization. For example, you take our college. Our college is also into business, one kind, but it's a non-profit because it is a society meant for the society, and it's not a profit-making organization. So, but we still we can name it as a part of the business. Okay, so it is into a service business. I am making a physical product, means it's a manufacturing. If I am providing some service like a hospital is there, Okay, petrol bunks are there. These are all the service. Okay, right. The term business also refers to the organized efforts and activities of individuals or group of people to produce and sell goods and services for the profit. So that is the meaning. Okay, so in general, the business organizations, when we talk about, there can be owner company. If I am running independently, I call it as a ownership business. Okay, we generally call it as firm. And if more than two people are joining hands for doing the business, we call it as a partnership. And there is a public limited companies and private limited companies wherein people will be investing and becoming as the shareholders. So these are the some of the organizations we see in the market. And in any business activity, so there are most important activities are like you are going to do the planning activity, you are going to do the production activity, you are going to sell the goods, so that is called marketing. So the different departments will be there to assist you financially. A financial department will be there, HR department will be there. So these are the broad functions of the business organization. Okay, so in the business terms, I want to start with one proverb. It is better to be as a whale in a small pond rather than a small fish amongst many such fishes. Okay, so if you take why I'm taking this one, because the business world is full of competitions, and one business entity is killing the others. Everybody is in a danger zone. So we call it as a red ocean. So to survive in the business, you be in a small pond or you are a specialized area rather than in an area where everybody is doing the same business. For example, somebody is doing a Xerox machine, is holding a Xerox shop, photocopying shop. And if everybody is doing the same thing, then there's a lot of competition, you will be killed. Okay, so that's why you create a small pond wherein you are only there. You are the king of that space. Okay, now you can see, I'll just tell you red ocean and blue ocean. All industries in existence, all people are there, and market is known to everybody. Like hotel industry is there. Okay, automobile shops are there. Everybody is there. Okay, but you have to be in blue ocean. So what is this? You will understand by the end of this session. All industries not in existence, and that is equal to unknown market space to be created. So I'll give the example of say, for example, Apple is there. Okay, and Elon Musk, Tesla is there. They are creating their own market. They are creating their own products. So that is the idea. Okay, they create, and there is no one is to compete with them. So that is the idea. So in such scenarios, in conditions of red oceans, like we are in every business in red zone, then how are you going to create? So I'll give you one or two examples, and I'll go for the business plan. So for example, you take Zomato. Okay, Swiggy, you take Swiggy, or Uber, Ola. Okay, Zoom cars. These are all the people, they have created their own space. And if they effectively implement their strategies, they'll become successful people. Okay, so these entrepreneurs are very successful by creating their own space. Okay, so that is the idea. So one has to be in a blue ocean. Now, remember, we will be talking about the business language only. Don't get bored, because after the fourth year or during the third and fourth year, you'll be doing the projects and you'll be applying for Institute of Engineers project funding, something like that. And then how to prepare your business plan. So that is the idea of this webinar. Now, what is a business plan? It is an overview of the products or services, customers and suppliers. What is the product you are manufacturing or service you are providing? Who are your customers? So what are the materials you are using, and who are your suppliers? You should know. A summary of company's growth, including financial and market highlights. So what is your financial capabilities? How much you are going to invest? How much you are going to borrow? And what is your market for the product? So this is going to, a business plan is going to help you identify all these things. In fact, you are going to mention all this in a business plan. A summary of the short and long-term business goals and your high-level growth plans to make the profit. Remember, overnight you cannot make profits. Maybe 2-year plan, 3-year plan. You have to forecast the demand for your product, and accordingly you set the short and long-term goals. Okay, this business plan will help you. So you are going to include your mission statement, your products or service, and basic information about your company's leadership, team, employees, and location. For example, you are presenting a project report to Institute of Engineers for sanctioning a project, then you will be writing all the details. They'll be asking, so what are those elements? When you look at the application, you will feel new. So that is the background actually we are interested in, so that you can be freely preparing your business plans. Now, I want to focus on the major components of a business plan. So one is executive summary. You are not going to write in detail about the business plan. If you are preparing a project report, it's a detailed report. But in a business plan, you are writing the executive summary, then company's analysis, industry analysis or market analysis, analysis about the customers, analysis about the competition, marketing, sales and production plan, product plan, operation strategy, design and development plans, management team. Okay, these are all the components you are going to answer. Okay, executive summary, for example. So what is that you are going to produce? So how long you are going to be there? How much you are going to invest? Something like that. Company's analysis, company versus other company, how we are going to compete. So what are we? So you should understand your strengths, weakness, and opportunities, something like that. Okay. So your industry, where you are in. So that also you should do the analysis. And who are your customers? For example, Swiggy is there. Okay, people are earlier used to go to the restaurants. Now they are getting the food. So everybody is a customer for them. Okay, you analyze who are your customers. Okay, for example, you are developing in the civil industry engineering area. For example, some bricks, lightweight bricks you are manufacturing, or some prefabricated walls you are manufacturing. Then you decide who are your customers. So all the builders who are into. Likewise, is there any competition? And how are you going to market that products? And what are the product range? Okay, and what are the operations level strategies? How are you going to manufacture, and how are you going to do the inspection, and how are you going to store the products, distribution, something like that. Okay, so who are your management team? So this is something that you are going to summarize in your business plan. Now let me focus on our topic, what is a business model canvas. This is most important to understand, and all the professional companies they are using. Earlier we used to have a general plan, like earlier I said 10 components. That 10 components will be here covered in the business model canvas, but it is going to be a single page report wherein you can understand what your strengths and weakness, and the customers that whoever is going to have a tab with you for financing or for product development or marketing, they will understand you, and they will join hands with you. That is the idea of the business model canvas. Okay, the business model canvas was invented by the Swiss economic theorist Alexander Osterwalder as part of his PhD thesis, and the computer scientist Wes Pigner in 2005. Alexander Osterwalder, please remember this name. He is the inventor, and with this one single page report, he made a lot of money. Right. The business model canvas is a strategic management template. Simply, it is a template that helps business to describe, design, and analyze their business models. Okay, the BMC is a business tool used to visualize all the building blocks when you want to start a business, including customers, route to market, value proposition, and finance. Okay, it is nothing but a single page business plan. It's a template that helps you convert your idea into reality. So that is the thing. So he co-founded strategizer.com and authored Business Model Generation, which sold 1 million copies in 30 languages. You can see the business potential. Within the, he made a template and he prepared a business model generation, and he could sell 1 million copies in 30 languages. So that is the beauty of this business model canvas, and this is accepted world over. Right. So I'll just summarize the what are the elements, and after that I'll show you what is the business model canvas look like, a template. Okay. So it is going to essentially show you about 9 elements in the template. So first element is key partners. I'll explain you by showing the slides. Okay, template. Key partners is what? Who are your partners? Maybe investment partners, or the technology partners. Okay, or your suppliers, or your customers. This is the language. Okay. Then key activities. What are the main activities that you are going to perform? For example, mine is a banking company, or I am a manufacturer, say. So what are the key activities I'll be having? So I'll be procuring the materials, I'll be producing the components, okay, products, and I'll be distributing. And I'll also doing the financial activity. Right. So those are the activities. Key activities I'll be mentioning. For example, a software project, you write programming, application development, or ERP package development, like that. Key resources. What are the resources you have for doing this activity? So what is the value propositions you have? What is your unique value proposition to the customer that you will be writing down? So how are you going to maintain the customer relationships and customer segments? Who are your customers? For example, if you see youth is there, old people are there, women are there, children are there. Who are your segments? That also you are going to mention. Another key element in the BMC is the channel. So how your products are being channeled for marketing. Okay, there can be through telemarketing or direct marketing or through distributors, something like that. And another element is going to be the cost structure, cost and revenue structure, we can say. So cost structure is what? So how much you are going to spend money for producing a product. That is a cost, which includes direct material, labor, and overhead expenses. Plus, if you add some profit, that will become sales price. So sales revenue, how are you going to get to your sales revenue? Okay. So these are the key elements a business model canvas template is going to contain, and it helps communicate to the clients what they should do business with you. So that is the idea. Now I'll take you to the business model canvas parameters. Just now I explained you. See, you can see, if you can see this one, key partners. Again, I'm going to repeat because it should sit in your mind. Key partners. Who are our key partners? Who are our key suppliers? Which key resources are we acquiring from partners? For example, I'm an automobile industry. I'm having automobile industry. Okay. For technology, I'm borrowing from Suzuki. Say I'm a Maruti. I'm technology. I'm borrowing from the Suzuki. Okay. And who are your suppliers? My suppliers, engine is supplied by somebody, and feed pump and gearbox and tires and standard electrical parts are supplied by some other people. So I'll be having the list of suppliers. So which key resources are we acquiring from partners? So that is the important thing. What is the technology or the key resource? Maybe sometimes you will be getting the people to work for you. Okay, experts from the other areas. And which key activities do partners perform for you? Okay. And another area is to have the partnership. What is the motivation? So optimization and economy, reduction of risk and uncertainty, acquisition of particular resources and activities. So these are the key partners. Okay. Now key activities I'll quickly go through. So what key activities our value propositions require? Our distribution channel, or customer relationships, or revenue streams. Key resources, then value propositions is what value do we deliver to the customer. Okay, why they should buy our product, that is the value propositions. Okay, then relationships. So what type of relationship does each of our customer segments expected us to establish and maintain with them? This is another area. And your customer segments, for whom we are creating the product or the value. Who are our most important customers? You identify that one. Okay, is our customer base a mass market or a niche market or a segmented, diversified or multi-sided platform? So this is most important. When you manufacture a product, you have an idea, you created a product, but it should be accepted by the customers. So who are your customer segments? You identify. So when you prepare your business plan, put all those information here. Okay, now you can see here channels are there. Then another thing is the cost structure. What is the money that you are spending for making your business? And how are you going to generate the revenue? That is mentioned in the revenue structure. Now you can see number one is key partner, key activities, then key resources, okay, then value proposition, relationships, channels, customer segments, cost structure, and revenue structure. These are the 9 elements that you are going to mention on this single page. It is a template. This is a template. You just write all the elements in this one. So the other day when we are trying to send a project to the SIH, Smart India Hackathon, we have submitted the application. So mechanical students reached to the next level. So all India, overall all India, they have selected about 400 plus students. So we are having 2 batches from this one. That time they faced this problem. They gave this template. They were asking this kind of elements to be answered. Then they had a problem. We guided them. So that is how. Now again they are submitting the one more business model. So it is going to be like this only. Maybe after that you write in detail analysis. You will be supporting. Okay, so here remember, so this template you are using to mention only key areas, key partners, key activities, value proposition. There may be 3, 4, but you write only unique one proposition. So that is value added to the customer. Customer should be happy with that one. For example, a mobile phone is there. You are using a camera phone. So that is a value addition. Earlier, it used to be a feature phone, then followed by a smartphone with camera, 3 cameras, 5 cameras, and so on. So that is the value proposition you are giving. Okay, maybe the battery life. Okay, it should not heat it up. So that is how the key value proposition should be written. Then who are your customer? Is the students? For example, a sports bike is launched by somebody, say Pulsar, Bajaj. This is focused on the youth. So people above 40 years and so they may not buy this one. So who are your segment? That you are going to write here. Okay. So with this input, I am going to show you some of the popular business canvas models. Now I'll just show you an example of a bank. Okay. Now this is a banking business model. All the public or private limited banks are following this one. So what are the key partners of a bank? So who are their investment partners? Then, so money should be there invested in the bank, isn't it? Okay. So to run the business, you need some money. So that is called investment or a share capital. So who are your investment partners? Then what kind of technology to run the business you are using? Maybe some kind of ERP or computer programming so you may be using. Okay, what is the technology partners? Then who are your regulatory agencies? For example, Reserve Bank of India is there. Okay, the Reserve Bank of India is the regulatory agency that you are going to mention. Okay, these are the key partners because we are going to deal with them on a day-to-day basis. Whatever the business you are going to do in a bank, that is regulated by the Reserve Bank of India. And you may be using some technology from Microsoft or somebody else you will be using. And you are going to get the money from the investors or maybe shareholders or from the foreign direct investors. So in the public limited bank, more than 51% stake will be from the government only. Okay, balance is from the private people like us. Now, what is the bank doing? Those are called the key activities. So branch operations. What are the branch operations? Okay, they'll be taking the checks, giving the money, or they'll be maintaining the accounts. So they'll be preparing checks and DDs. Okay, all kinds of, for example, OD preparation, all these kind of branch level operations they'll be doing. Cash transactions or check transactions. Okay, some kind of OD facility. Okay, all these are done at the branch operations level. Now, apart from this, they'll be doing another activity through call center. Okay, they'll be following up for the investors or the credit cards selling, something like that. And nowadays, they have also come up with the mobile operations. Now, YONO, okay, SBI, and something like that. Andhra Bank Tej, AV Tej. These are the mobile operations wherein you can carry out mobile banking. So these are the activities. This is how you are going to write down the activities. Next, value proposition is deposit products and loan products. They will have mostly these two things. They get the deposits from the customers by giving the attractive interest. And they should also provide the security for them. Okay. So for example, you take State Bank of India, people believe in that. Though they get less deposit, they get investments from the depositors. Okay, and they will have the loan products. For example, home loans are there, personal loans, vehicle loans, and so on. So these are the two value propositions focusing on the customer. You are getting money from the customer, you are giving to a different customer by way of house loan or vehicle loan, and so on. Right. Now, what kind of relationships you are going to establish? So personal assistance, for example, there are uneducated people come to the bank, or old people will come to the bank. You have to help them personal. Okay. Then automation wherever possible is there. So this is the relationship you are going to establish with your key stakeholders, you can say. Then customer segments. Okay, who are your customers? So retail, corporate customers, and depositors. Customers, I am depositing there. Retail loans are for house loans, vehicle loans, personal loans, and so on. And I can also fund to the corporates, like big companies. I can also give them money. Okay, like Tatas, Birlas, and all. For them also, they give the business. They are also their bank's customers. Right. Now, retail, corporate customers, and there may be borrowers here. Here, depositors are there. Some corporates may invest in your bank, or some corporates may be borrowers. That's how. Now, what is the cost structure? Let us see. So, interest and expenses. Interest paid to the customer or the depositors, and the operations related expenses, salaries. These are the cost structure. And there are other channel costs, because you want to sell your products from the telemarketing or the direct executives. So there are some channel costs also involved. This is the money you are spending for doing your business. And how are you going to generate your revenue? That is interest. So I am giving loan. I am giving loan on houses and vehicles and so on. I am getting some interest. That is income. Okay. So for processing, I am getting some processing charges. So this is the revenue of the bank. Okay. So this is the template for the banking model. Now, for example, if somebody is interested to start a microfinance by taking NBFC registration from the RBI, then you can go with this model. And I'll also show you another model. So this is the model of the Google. Okay. So Google business model, you can see. So they have key partners, distribution partners, Open Handset Alliance, OEMs. Okay. For the Chrome OS devices. Their key activities, Google always invest money on R&D, build new products, improve existing products, manage massive IT infrastructure. You can see a lot of very big servers they will be having. So this is the key activity of the Google. What are the key resources? They have got data centers, IPs, and brand images. Okay. This IP is nothing but they develop a product and they get the intellectual property. So that is the idea. So these are the key resources. They invested money on R&D, developed a new product, and they take the IP, and that will become their key resource. So Google has got IPs, many IPs and many brands under them. Then what are the value propositions? So web search, Gmail, Google Plus, targeted ads using AdWords, CPC, extend ad campaigns using AdSense, display advertising management services, okay, OS and platform operating systems, that may be Android and Chrome operating system, then hosted web-based Google apps. Now you can see, you go to Google Play, you will find many applications. Okay, so it is going to support free of cost. Okay, now relationships are automation wherever possible. They have done the automation. Sometimes you will be answered through messages, through robots, and so on. Dedicated sales for large accounts. So they will provide the, for a bigger accounts, they'll have the dedicated sales team. Next, channels, global sales, support teams, multi-product sales force. So these are the channels. Now, who are the customers? Now you can see Google has a lot of internet users. Then internet users, it is free up to 1 TB memory, but advertisers are there, then advertising agencies are there. So they are also their customers. Then Google network members, mobile device owners, developers, and enterprises. These are the customer segments for Google. Now coming to the cost structure, they have got a lot of money spent on these activities, traffic acquisition cost, data center operations, R&D cost, strategy and management, and so on. So these are the cost structure. Then how they are going to generate revenue? As internet user, you are not paying anything, but how are they getting the money? So that is through the advertisements, number one. And you are member, once you registered with them, your data is with them, your number is there, and your details are there. They can sell your data to some third party, and they'll call you for marketing purposes. Okay, enterprise product sales, they develop some products for the enterprises. Through that also they'll get some money. Then new websites, ad revenues through the Google websites, and sometimes some are free. Okay, this is the business model of Google business, Google operations. And I also show you the Facebook. This is a world's leading social networking site. You know, everybody is using this one. And who are their key partners? Content partners, TV shows, movies, music, and so on. Key activities are platform development, data center operations management. Then value propositions are connect with your friends, discover and learn, express yourself. Okay, this is what the unique proposition is. So this is how the Facebook became very popular. You are reaching your members. So reach, relevance, social context, and engagement. Through them, you are engaging with your friends, family members, and so on. Now, what are the relationship? Same side network effects, cross-side network effects. This is the relationship. Who are the customer segment? Again, internet users, advertisers, and developers. This is the same case with the Google also, even LinkedIn also. Okay. Now, what is the cost structure? Again, data center cost, marketing and sales, research and development, general and administrative. So what is the revenue stream? Ad revenues and payment revenues. So this is the BMC template of the Facebook. Okay. Now, a small case study on professional care cleaning services is carried out. That how it is going to look like. Simple project. That data you are going to put in the BMC template. How it looks like. So this is the car cleaning service. Now, what is the key partners? So for cleaning, you need some material. So cleaning material suppliers are required. Some manpower suppliers are manpower also you need. Okay, what is the activity in a car cleaning service? Washing and cleaning cars, simple. And logistics. Logistics means getting the vehicle after the cleaning service, then you are delivering back. Okay, this kind of things and comes under the logistic. Now, what is the value proposition? Convenience, reliability, environment friendly, and quality service. So this is, see, if I'm coming to the office, I'm not in a position to deliver my vehicle for service. So they can conveniently pick up from my home. That is the idea. Then customer relationship, branding, and pamphlet. Pamphlet is a small paper, a postcard size paper, or maybe A4 paper. They write the information about them and they circulate. And they can also do branding if they are a bigger organization. So who are their customers? All car owners, then your owners in the posh areas and gated communities. These are the main focus. Okay. So for example, I'm a middle class man, I have a car, then I'll be doing myself cleaning. Only except for servicing, otherwise I'll be cleaning, say. So that's why if you are starting a professional car cleaning service, you identify the customers in the posh areas and gated communities wherein they don't have time, and then they may have 1 or 2 cars, and they definitely give you for the service. Okay, what is the channel? Delivery of vehicles, picking the vehicle and delivery. Next, what is the key resources? Key resources, they got the trained manpower. Here, remember, resources means resources can be men, material, or machines, or technology. The organization is going to utilize these resources for giving some output. So key resource in the professional car cleaning is the trained manpower. Then you may have a telecalling executives, you may have drivers for delivering vehicles, and you have got the vacuum cleaners for vacuumization. Nowadays, sanitization also done, so that is also taken as a key resource. Now, what is the cost? Cleaning material and the manpower salaries. Then, how much you are going to get? So, how are you going to get for cleaning charges? You can have a tie-up for monthly or yearly base. You book the person for one entire year. Weekly, once you get the vehicle and do the service, monthly this much charge you can collect. So that is the revenue you are going to get. So I think, so this is good enough to understand. Before we saw this one, we thought it is a big devil. Now this is a very simple template wherein whoever wants to start the business or want to write the proposal, please make use of this one. All the data is available in the Google. Browse it. You'll find the templates of various companies with explanation. Now, so I request all of you to make an attempt using this template. You pick any one of these small businesses which I listed here. It can be e-commerce business. Somebody is interested in tax preparation and bookkeeping, catering service, website design, business consulting, courier service, mobile hairdresser services. Now you can just think of, these are the small profitable business lines. There are, if I write down, there are hundreds of business establishments are there. Now you can see, have you ever thought of a mobile hairdressing? So earlier when we were child, the barber used to come to us and do the hairdressing. Now, after that, there is a change in that when people started going to the salons. Now, salons are no more salons, a fixed salon. So, they are also having a mobile hairdressers, like mobile tiffin centers. Okay, then cleaning service, online tutoring, women hygiene and health care, online fitness training, food ordering system like Swiggy are doing. No, you can also make an attempt. Classified business and then property business. Okay, these are the some of the small businesses I have mentioned here, wherein you are not going to spend any money on that one. Don't think so. Business means it is going to be money for you, isn't it? So that's why just make an attempt to just prepare a template. You will understand what are the key activities or key partners of the particular business, and you can go ahead. Remember, now for anyone to be into business, or you got some idea and wherein you want to convert this business idea into some commercial product, so then you should understand this one. Okay, now you know what is a business model canvas and how to present yourself to the investors. Now let us see the innovation and innovation strategy. Actually, you should do this first, create ideas, convert into commercial products, then prepare a business plan. But I made a reverse thing. So that is the business canvas, okay, that we have seen. Now let us try to understand what is innovation and innovation strategy. Okay, why it is required? So innovation, without innovation, you are a dead person. That organization is a dead person. So many companies we have seen, they have collapsed because they never changed themselves. Okay, so innovation is very crucial to the continuing success of any organization. Okay, this is with this note, I'll move on to the definitions given by the business experts. Maybe some of you are aware, but just to give you some input, I'm going to give you the definition given by the Peter F. Drucker. He is the father of the modern management, actually. Now, before him, we have heard about F.W. Taylor and Henry Foyle. Those two are the fathers of the management. And now Peter Drucker, because his contributions are very useful to the current trends. So Peter Drucker says, knowledge has to be improved, challenged, and increased constantly, or it vanishes. Remember, you have got a set of knowledge. For example, engineering level knowledge you have. So GATE knowledge level, you have to increase your knowledge level to appear for the GATE level. Otherwise, if you don't prepare, if you don't improve, or if you don't constantly increase it, the knowledge, whatever you have, that will be vanished. So remember this one. Okay. Next is management is doing the things right. Okay. So management is doing things right in the right order, but leadership is doing the right things. You become a leader and do the right things. The best way to protect your future is create it. The best way to predict your future is in your hands. That's why the elders say your future is in your hands. You have to create it. If you want something new, you have to stop doing something old. You have to stop the old practices. Always be innovative, always have creative ideas and do the new things always. Okay. So he also says, dedicated employees are key to the success of any corporation. The marketing and innovation should come before worries about the finances. People talk about the finance. Oh, I don't have finance. How to do the business? First have the innovative idea, then marketing plan. You can do wonders. Okay, I'll tell you one example here about the dedicated employees. You should have a very good team. Okay, dedicated team. The Honda in First World War and Second World War, he lost everything. But he had a good dedicated employees. He could rebuild the Honda company. He says, you take away all my factories, all my wealth, no problem. But give me my employees. So that is the belief he has in the team members. Please have a dedicated and committed employees. So these are the people who are going to create wonders for you. Maybe you are an innovator. Remember, innovation comes from your mind. Everybody is an innovator, moderately or so. You may get ideas in a fraction of seconds sometimes, and sometimes it may take months or years to get a good idea. So don't be in a hurry in getting the ideas. When your mind is peace, you can think and you will definitely get good ideas. So innovation comes from the Latin word, so innovare, for renew, whose root is novus or new. Innovation is nothing but a new thing. Okay, you are creating a new thing. Innovation is creating new value or capturing value in new way. Value is the key word, stressing the difference between innovation and invention. I'll tell you here, invention. In discovery, invention, creativity, innovative, these things I'll try to spend few minutes. So discovery is whatever is available, you try to find out. Okay, so that is called a discovery. It is existed. Our country is discovered by the who is the one who found it? Vasco da Gama or Columbus? Just put it in a chat box. Right. So that is a discovery which already exists that you are discovering. Invention is what you are trying to create a new thing which doesn't exist. And innovation is what? Innovation is you are adding value to your idea and commercializing it. Okay. you are commercializing it, you are giving something, some value. Out of that, you are going to get something, and customer is also going to get something. So that is the innovation. Okay. And innovation, so you have done the innovation, you have created a product, but it should be sent to the customers, end users. Okay, that part is called the entrepreneurship. The person who is having the innovative ideas, who created the products, who commercialized it, and reach it to the society. Okay, so a product which is invented and it is taken for IP, intellectual property rights I have taken, but I am not doing anything on that one. It is a useless thing. Okay, just innovation is just inventing something is not useful to the society. So you convert into the commercial activity. Okay, so innovation increases your chances to react to the changes and discover new opportunities. It can also help foster competitive advantage as it allows you to build better products and services for your customers. So I'll give you some examples of innovation. After that, I got a lot of other examples to give you. Lego bricks, you know, Lego. So the Lego bricks, now they are making bricks. Okay, they are different from the others. Earlier, they used to make toys. This American company, they started making Lego bricks. All the civil engineers may be aware of this one. It's a lightweight and equal strength they are having. And it's a world famous brick. And you know, electric vehicles, they are developed. Now, another area in the electrical vehicles is to develop a battery wherein you have to charge in a less time, which will run for a longer ranges. So that is a challenge one can think of. Next, LG screens is also innovation wherein you can fold like a paper. The screens can be folded like a paper. So that is an invention. Earlier used to be, the TV used to be very big and the glass made, and you know, you cannot do anything for that one. So LG has developed screens. Now you can see Intel processor. Now they are into bio chips. You can see chips they made, then processors, followed by, now they are into bio chips. You can understand. So these are the inventions. Okay, right. Now creativity is the ability to come up with new and exciting ideas. This, you know. So I'll give you one example here. Apple computers. Okay, Apple company, you are aware. So they come up with a brand new product such as iPod that no one has ever thought of before. Okay, iPod with iTunes freely available. So that was a crazy product. So that is a creativity. Okay, so another thing is a painter creates a beautiful work of art. This is an example of a creativity. Okay, right. So creativity, you create something, some idea, then you convert into a physical good or a service. That is important thing. So innovation, Institution Innovation Council is interested in this one because it's a big market. There are a lot of population is there. We cannot create the employment to all the engineers or the other graduates coming out of the colleges. So if one is creative enough, he can create employment to say 10 people or 20 people. So now it has become compulsory for everybody. So be creative. So while creativity is the ability to produce new and unique ideas, innovation is the execution of that creative ideas. So that is the difference. So creative and innovation problem solving can make your company run more efficiently. So as long as you are innovative in your products, you are surviving. Otherwise, you are dying out. So we can have many number of examples on that one. Okay. So for example, Scooter India Limited is there. So they made scooters, and because of addition in the new changes, they are not so innovative as the others. They have gone back. Of course, they have also created an electric vehicle 30 years back, but they could not market it properly. And the management did not like to promote it because people were afraid of the electric vehicles. They may say, so this vehicle may give you a shock and you may die. No. So that is to be educated. So the acceptance of the people is also very much important there. So they can also create a competitive edge, can be the pathways for your business to reach new heights of product value, process improvement, productivity, marketing, success, and internal harmony. A small change, incremental change is also okay for any organization. Daily, every time you do something new. For example, I'll give you a feature phone was there. Prior to that one, only mobile pages were there. My boss used to send me message. I used to read the message in my pager, and I used to call back from him from a public call office. A PCO or a STD booth is there. So then I used to call him. So that stage, that pager to the feature phone to the smartphone, and so on. Now, so incremental growth, for example, mobile, within the mobile, lot of features are being added. That is also incremental. So as long as you are creating something new in the product, you are surviving. Otherwise, you are gone. So you can't survive in the red ocean industry. Okay. So the creative process can lead to novel ideas and concept. Innovation is applying your creativity to come up with a unique idea or solution. Okay. Now, let me talk about the entrepreneurship. So here you have done the new idea, you got the idea, and you have applied it and converted into a product, but it should be commercialized. So entrepreneur can do that one. The need of the hour is the entrepreneurs. Okay. So entrepreneurship, by contrast, is applying the innovation to bring the ideas to life, a real physical products. It is social invention, which lets people do what they could not previously do that one. So that is the entrepreneurship. Right. Now, I'll also give the definition of the Peter F. Drucker. He has defined innovation as the task of endowing human and material resources with new and greater wealth producing capacity. Okay. So innovation is a term of economics rather than a technology. Innovation is about the process and organization needed to generate ideas in any context. Remember, this is a process of innovation is the process, continuous process within the organization for the very survival. So the need is it helps you gain more customers and grab bigger share of the market. Innovation also makes it easier to grow, whatever may be the size and the type of your business. You may have a small startup, but with innovation, there are so many more chances of growth in the business. Okay, so I'll tell you one example here. Maruti is tied up with the Suzuki for technology, and is a very well successful organization. Okay, today now it is supplying to the Toyota Motors. Okay, Toyota is a world famous Japanese company, and they are famous for Toyota production systems. But the cost wise and for Indianization, they are not successful. Maruti is successful in understanding the Indians and providing them wide range of products at a variety of rates with all segments. For example, they have introduced Zen for the ladies. They introduced Wagoner for the old people. Alto Gen is there for office goers and ladies, like that. So for youth, they have introduced Brezza, something like that. So that is the one. Okay. So the successful exploitation of new ideas is crucial to a business being able to improve its processes, bring new improved products and services to market, increase its efficiency, and most importantly, improve its profitability. Here, I'll also want to mention some of the examples of the people like Tesla is there, Elon Musk. Okay. And within the products range, you have got the Amazon, you have got the Google, you have got the Microsoft, you have got the Infosys, Wipro, or Indian companies. All these are making profit. How they are making profit? Because they are doing continuous innovation. Okay. Now coming to Schumpeter, he is also a famous person in the management. Joseph A. Schumpeter, he proposed innovation theory of profit. Simple thing. He said innovation theory of profit. And he believed that entrepreneur could earn economic profits by introducing successful innovation. The innovation theory of profit. You can just read the line, and within that innovation, profit. You innovate, you have successful innovations, you have got multiple profits. That is he proved also. They have done a lot of case studies and they proved it. Next, Schumpeter's find forms of innovation. So the innovation can be in the form of a new product. Please try to understand this language here. So it can be a new product or a service altogether. Okay, you generate a new product. Right. Number two, the method of production. That is the process of production. Then the sources of supply. Somebody is supplying some material to me. Okay, at rate say some X. Somebody is supplying minus X, say, minus 5 rupees lesser than that X. So then you identify the sources of supply. Then you create a new market or application. Then new method of organizing your firm or industry. So your organization structure, how it is going to look like. So these are the some of the forms of innovation given by the Schumpeter. But in general, how we can go? How do we generate this innovation? Now, as I just told you, the source of innovation is the human mind. Where does the innovation come from? It is the human mind. Now, in business, innovation often results when ideas are applied by the company in order to further satisfy the needs and expectations of the customers. Sometimes customers also demand certain features. Then also you do the innovation. Okay. Now, I give some example. When the mind is free, you can develop a new thing. Okay. That is how Newton and who is the other person Stevenson, who is steam engine inventor. Okay, like that you can just when the people are in what do you call, they are in the resting position, they have found certain new innovations. Right. The sources of innovations broadly, if we discuss, mind, keep the mind apart because mind is the main source. So the innovations can be unexpected. This is indeed the eureka moment where something unexpected happens that leads to a new product service. You know this one. Everybody is aware of this one. Okay. And incongruities. When things don't match as they are expected to. So I expect something happened. That is incongruities. So without your knowledge, it is happening something. Then process needs. Process weak spots and correcting them and redesigning them. One process is there, you feel something is going wrong with that, and that process is creating rejected products. So you try to correct it and redesign it. So that is also one kind of innovation. Okay, industry and market structure. What is the industry where you are working, type of industry? Okay, then nature of competition and the pricing policy followed in the market. So that is also you're going to decide. Remember, the innovation is not only to the products or the processes. It can be applied to anything. For example, pricing strategy, promotion strategy. Okay. Then how you are branding, creating a brand to your product. Next, demographics, segment of the population. So just now I told you, the children or young or old people, how are you going to attend these segments? Then change in perception. So how the customers are perceiving about your product. What is the management perception? Then change in the new knowledge, okay, technology, thinking. So these are the some of the points you can consider as sources of innovation. You don't know. Suddenly something happens and you do the correction and you develop a new product. So this is something about the innovation. If I go on, there are a lot of things you can see. Product innovation, okay, as I'll look at the new product, process innovation, organizational innovation. These are repetition. Okay, now, so what are the stages of innovation? Most important. What are the stages? Now you have seen what are the sources where we can have some innovation. We have seen, and how it follows. What is the flow of innovative ideas? So first you get some idea, that is called ideation, basic research and conception. It's a conceptual stage. Idea, you got some idea. Okay, the decision to invest. So you ideation to, next is a project selection. Okay, you have identified the project and you have selected it. Then that project to the product to development is the next stage. So building the product or service. For example, lightweight brick you wanted to manufacture. So better than a Lego, for example. Now Lego has come out with the ABS. You know, they have come out with the ABS instead of clay. ABS they were using. So now they have changed and they are making a biodegradable with the oil-based bricks they are manufacturing. So that is the change they are doing. So product development. Then commercialization. How are you going to bring this product or service to the market and sell it to your customers? How are you going to meet? So ideation, then project selection, product development, commercialization. Please remember, these are the innovation stages. So you got some idea? Just write down a draft, okay? Then develop the product. Once that is done, you convert into a commercial product or service. Right. Now, how are you going to practice this innovation? That is most important. People talk about innovation. You have got idea. You never disclose, you never discuss, and you don't know whether you succeed or not. Okay, so that is a problem. So openness to new ideas. So let's have a brainstorming session, come out with the new ideas, discuss it, discuss their viability, and pick up the project, pick up the idea for the project and development stage. So one has to be open to the new ideas. For example, I am the CEO of a company, and I am getting some ideas from my down the line people, managers, or the employees, even sometimes workers also. I should accept that one, and if it is really good idea, then I can implement it. No, so I should be open to the new ideas. Management particularly, they should be open to the new ideas. Then tolerance for failure. Sometimes my idea may be may not be successful, so I should accept that failure and try to find the new products. Okay. So failure is a stepping stone for the success. So that is how you have to be positive. You should accept the failure. Okay. So generally the success rate for a new entrepreneurs, new products is going to be about 1:10. So out of all 10 projects or 10, one is going to be success. Why success? Because they have got some unique idea, unique product, and unique way of implementing all the strategies. That is the important thing. So if you continuously don't innovate, then you are going to go back. So that is the idea. Then customer intimacy. You should always be with the customers. You should see that your product is accepted by the customers. You should create that kind of awareness. So this comes slowly, no problem. So there is adoption theory for this one. So initially there is a resistance from the people, they will be watching, and some people will be accepting. About 3% will accept. Then after that, some 13% will be accepting. After that, some 32% will be accepting. And there are 16% of the people, they will never accept that one. So the adoption theory is also important. And finally, you have a collaboration with the people. Okay, you have to have a collaboration with all the stakeholders in developing or creating a new ideas. In this process, innovation process, openness to the new idea, tolerance for the failure, customer intimacy, collaboration. These are the essential things you are going to consider. Now, let us see the innovation strategy quickly. It's already 12:40. Now, I'll take another 15 minutes to complete this one. So what is innovation strategy? Innovation, you have seen. Strategy is a plan which can be implemented effectively for the growth of the organization. Innovation strategy is a commitment to a common innovation mission and structured set of activities which aim to support the future growth of the organization. For example, we have got a mission statement in our college. So accordingly, department level missions are there. Then how are we going to achieve them? So that is the action plan. So that innovation strategy everybody should have. Now, so what is innovation strategy? So strategic work is the exercise of managerial imagination and judgment, and doubts is the practicing strategist most defining characteristic. The awareness of uncertainty, strategizing is the judgment or imaginative response to what is not known. Remember, it is not specific future and insights. It is not which leaders and managers think of. It is not what tools and processes are. It's not how good your innovation comes out, but it is how you understand the future, how you find and teach the leaders, how you evolve your innovation system, and how you adapt for better outcomes. Please remember, innovation strategy should involve about your understanding about the future and your outcomes, and how are you going to train your leaders, and how are you going to establish the innovation into your system. So that is the innovation strategy. Okay, you can just quickly go through. So what are the steps involved in this one is, so what are the resources you have got? So tangible and intangible. Some tangible are visible to you, intangible are non-visible to you. For example, like technology, technical know-how, okay, physical products and non-physical products. Then capabilities. So I may think big, but I should have the capability to do that work. Okay, that is the capability. What are the key capabilities I have? What is my core competence? Out of all these capabilities, what is my specialization? Then you have to identify the core competencies. Then what is the competitive advantage I have? If I launch this product, what is the advantage over the others? Then what is the strategic competitiveness? If I can go directly for selling the product, may not be successful. I may have a tie with Amazon, say, for example, for selling goods. So that is the competitive, strategic competitiveness you should have. You should also think of. There are 4 criteria of sustainable advantages and value chain analysis. So value, rare, so costly to imitate, and non-substitutable. So this is these are some of the steps. Okay, we'll go back to the 5 major innovation strategies. So this is the conceptual thing. I'll skip here, but I'll go to the important types of innovation strategies which the professional companies are following. I'll give you very good examples one by one. Now you can say incremental innovation, disruptive innovation, sustaining innovation, radical innovation, product innovation, service innovation, process innovation, technological innovation. So this is you add a strategy to this one, incremental innovation strategy. So that is a long range plan for achieving the goals of the organization. So incremental is what? It refers to a series of small improvements made to the company's existing products. Okay, incremental, you add something, some extra feature to the product and go on. For example, a car is there. Car is having earlier when Alto 800 was launched, it was with AC, without AC. AC is added. Then it was only having manual windows. So manual windows are centrally power operated windows. Then you have got the manual steering and power steering. Then you have got the ABS and so on. Within this product, you are not creating the new product, but you are adding extra feature to the existing products. That is called the incremental innovation strategy. Your product is successful. Alto is successful vehicle. Nano is not a successful vehicle because it reached the audience with a lower range price. Okay, they wanted to have 1 lakh range, but people are not interested in their model, in their design. Okay, that is not accepted by the customer as part of the design and aesthetic part. But Alto is successful. Maybe they are paying extra. Okay, so incremental innovation is that one. You have got some existing product, add something to that one. You take a mobile phone, for example. Okay, mobile phone, how it is evaluated? Feature phone to the smartphone and so on, isn't it? So that is the incremental innovation strategy. You adapt one of them. Next is a disruptive innovation. So disruptive innovation is creates a new market and value network. For example, Apple phone is there, Samsung is there, okay, and Oppo phone is there. Nowadays, you are also using MI phone. So these are all cost effective. They are trying to kill the market of the existing. I'll give you one more example, beautiful example. Hyundai launched the automobiles. Okay, existing products share they have taken up. Now the sister concern of Hyundai is the Kia. Kia has dominated. Now they are pulling the market share of the other players here. So that is a disruptive innovation. Means you are killing the market share of other products and try to dominate. Disruptive innovation. For example, Blockbuster was there. Okay, Netflix is there. Okay, Netflix was is supplying to DVDs, but suddenly they launched their DVDs and video streaming. They have started. Okay, and that's how Blockbuster has been closed. Okay, Blockbuster is dominated by the Netflix, you can say. Next, sustaining innovation. It does not create new markets or value markets. For example, it is going on just like that. Going means going, like BSNL phones, you can say. Next, radical innovation. This concept aimed at destroying the current products, services, and business models to create new markets and replace existing ones. Apple phones with iTunes, you can say. Nobody is having, okay, that time when they launched, right? They are altogether, they are creating. Elon Musk is creating, electric vehicles. He's also creating a transportation vehicle like Hyperloop, okay, and space satellites and so on. Ekdam, he is going to destroy the current products also, okay. Next, product innovation is creating the new product. For example, you have got a gas stove was there. Earlier, kerosene stove was there. So then now electrical induction cooker has come into picture. It's a product innovation. Product innovation, you find many examples. Next is the service innovation. So servicing, the ability to personalize the customer experience. This is like Ola is there, Swiggy is there, hospitality services, Zoom cars are there. Okay, Zoom cars, self-driven cars, you might have seen. Okay, this is a service innovation strategy. Next, process innovation. So it is mainly formed by the capabilities obtained from the access to and recombination of the external sources of knowledge. For example, accounting was done manually earlier. Once Tally package came in, they have changed the process. Automation is done. Okay. So, for example, I was carrying the material earlier in a workshop. Now automation came into picture. Okay, Henry Ford, they have introduced automation. I'll tell the example again. So they have introduced a moving assembly line. It saved a lot of time in manufacturing of cars. Next is a technological innovation. So it is related to pure technology. Nowadays, everything is linked to the technological innovations only. Otherwise, survival is becoming very tough. It covers innovation derived from research and technology developments, and that are independent of products and service initiatives. It's not a product, it's not a marketing initiative, nothing. Okay, so space satellites, Hyperloop transportation, these are the technological innovations we can see. Okay, even of course, ERP package developed by SAP is also one thing. Okay, Android applications and all these programming languages are the technological innovations only. Okay, so these are the we have seen innovation and what are the innovation strategies. Now I'll take you, I'll show you some of the examples related to this strategies. So before I go there, I'll just try to read out something for you. Just true innovation is about bringing value to your customers. So Amazon, I'm talking about the Amazon. They say that true innovation is about bringing the value to your customers, because innovation that does not benefit and serve your customer won't help you grow. Today in Enadu, there is a article, interview abstract is given in the Enadu newspaper. He says, Jeff Boges, he says, customer is important. What customer wants, we create that one. Okay, so Amazon flexes its innovation muscles by exploring artificial intelligence and outer space. Okay, so you can understand this language. Okay, and robotics also they are using in storing and picking the items. Next, now Google has 9 principles of innovation. So out of them, one is produce products very quickly and get them to the market as a prototype if necessary, and use feedback from users to improve them. And failing well, eliminating products that do not meet the expectations, but rather than being a stigma. Instead, generate pride by investing in batteries. Okay, producing them at a scale and better always. Now you can see Google is developing the product very quickly, and prototype products are made and taken to the customers. If they want to any changes in that one, they'll incorporate and try to give them. So please remember, the strategy here is what the customer want is created by Amazon, but Google developing a new product quickly and giving to the customers, taking the feedback and improving. Another, Walmart's strategy aims for technologies, innovation and acquisition to the best retailer. Walmart is a retailing company. It's an organized retailing sector, but they still use all the technologies, innovation and acquisitions, and they want to be the best retailer in the world. So the company has been utilizing the latest technologies and startups to make the customer experience better. They want the customers. Now you can see in the Dubai, we have seen one in the news. Now the people are going in the cars and picking up whatever they want, and at the exit they pay the money and they go out. So that is the strategy. Walmart's also implemented such kind of technological oriented strategies to become a best retailer by providing the best service to the customer. Next, as I told you, Tesla, Tesla's broad differentiation strategy is a long-term play with a focus on electric automobile automation, battery technology, and environmental friendly products such as solar roof tiles. According to the Tesla page, Tesla's mission is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. So they are making electrical cars, space shuttle, space related satellites and so on, and they are also into the transportation system. It's a very innovative, hyperloop, you know that, right? So now you can see product innovation strategy. Apple has come up with the iTunes, iPad, and so on. This is a product range. Okay. Next, Lego. Lego is basically a toys manufacturing company. They are into famous bricks. Okay. Now they are made with a biodegradable. So these are some of the examples. So incremental innovation strategy, I'll tell you. Now you talk of Gillette razors. In older days, we used to have a razor with one blade, two sides sharp, and it is used to cut the chin and all. Now Gillette razor has launched the product which is one blade with a plastic molded. After that, they have added two blade and three blade. So that is the incremental innovation. Within the product, they have made two blades, three blades like that. And Lego, as I just now told you, so from the toys to the bricks, from the plastic bricks to the biodegradable based products, bricks. Now disruptive, Netflix, video streaming took the entertainment industry completely by surprise, quickly rising from the bottom of the market as low-cost way of people to watch shows and movies, eventually disrupting the cable industry and driving video rental stores into the ground. Now you can see when we were young, we were taking on rent the video tapes and all we used to watch. Now once in Netflix, they launched this video streaming. Now all those stores have gone. That is a disruptive innovation. It creates a new market and new value. That is the idea. Now sustaining innovation improves the existing products. Okay, it does not create new markets or value, but develops existing ones with a better value. Now you can see green space, crop rotation, sustainable design, water efficient fixtures, renewable clean energy, waste to energy, recycling, water treatment. Now all the civil engineering students can look at these kind of projects, sustaining innovation strategy related. Next, radical innovation. So it is an innovation management concept aimed at destroying the current products. Amazon Web Services, you can see. Amazon and DuPont. Non-stick, now they have changed the DuPont is manufacturing the powder coated. Powder they are manufacturing and supplying to everybody. Okay, so now they are very famous. Other people have gone back. Okay, aluminum vessels are coated with DuPont non-stick powder. Okay, and one of our companies in India, what do you call it, starts with Yen. They were paying royalty to them, and now it is open. Apple also launched products, even Singapore Airlines. Then technological innovations include inventions such as wind turbines. Okay, I'm talking about the new things. Okay, wind turbines, you can tie photovoltaic cells, concentrated solar power, geothermal energy, ocean wave, DuPont, Apple, and other things. They are also part of this one. So radical, if you see Apple is there in the product development, Apple is there in the radical innovation, it is also there in the technological innovation. So is the case with the Google and Microsoft also. Then process innovation. This is a very beautiful example of the process innovation strategy. So one of the most famous and groundbreaking example of this process innovation is Henry Ford's invention of the world's first moving assembly line. So we used to push the vehicle. For example, if you go to any automobile manufacturing unit, so earlier days we used to move the vehicle chassis, then fitted with the ties, then we'll be moving. But he has developed a moving assembly line altogether. This process has changed the assembly line. It has shortened the time necessary for producing a single vehicle from 12 hours to 90 minutes. So one manufacturing of one vehicle takes 12 hours, whereas this moving assembly line, that is a change in the process, has reduced the time to 90 minutes. Within 1.5 hours, they are able to assemble the vehicle. Next is service innovation, service to the customers. Like examples include Uber, okay, Zipcar, Swiggy, okay, then Ginger. Ginger, I'll give you a very good example. Now Taj Hotels, Tata group of hotels are there, Taj Group. Okay, they have launched Ginger Hotels, wherein they give you luxury at affordable cost. So Ginger Hotels, please remember this one is a beautiful service innovation strategy. They want to give all the 5-star facilities, but at an affordable cost, because everybody is not as rich as the high net worth individuals. OYO is there, then Airbnb in the hotels and hospitality, then Angel List in venture capital, and Castlight in health and healthcare. Like that, if you see in the service sector, let it be entertainment, like SL World is there, which was created by the Subhash Ghai. Okay, Subhash Ghai, GTV. He has also promoted. That is the first TV channel, paid channel in the country. So maybe about 20-30 years back, he has introduced. So that is a service innovation. Okay, so students, this is about something about innovation and innovation strategies. Of course, if you come to the our Indian scenario, so I'll just give you some more example. For example, Maggi is there, Maggi noodles. This was when they launched in 1970. It was failed initially because there was no acceptance from them, and this is when they launched again in 1985 as a mother's noodle, 2-minute noodle, because it is very much successful and everybody is now behind this Maggi noodles, because it takes only very simple time, very less time, and very simple to cook. Everybody can do. Pour hot water into that one and your food is ready. And Ariel. So Ariel, when they wanted to launch Procter and Gamble, so it was launched by Procter and Gamble, and they were competing with the Hindustan Lever, which is a strong brand. The Surf is there. So 80% of the share market was with them. But slowly, even Nirma was also there, holding about 10%. That Procter and Gamble, they have launched the Ariel powder and Ariel liquid, and they are now successful brand in the country. Now Maruti car, just now I told you, car for everybody and in a wide range, wide price, wide models. They are a success, very big success in our country. And Maruti Suzuki, they have understand the interest of the Indian people. That is nothing but Indianization. Okay. Now some of the Korean brands you can take, like electronic industry or automobile industry. Hyundai is there, Kia Motors, Samsung Mobiles. Now all is accepting them as the very good and reliable brands. So these are some of the success stories. If I write down, there are n number of things. Now you might have seen LooneyTunes.com. There is a rocket here, and there is a cat, and there is a bot. Okay, if any organization want to achieve the goals, so the organization use of technology is most important. Now I just tell you, this cat is like organization, and the objective is to catch the bird, and you are going to use technology. What technology you are going to use? That is most important thing. And one should have a strong in the technology, because future is of the technology. Now I want to conclude with some of the proverbs given by the management gurus. So have strategic planning and effective execution to succeed in the business. Innovate or get inundated. Arun Shahai is the living legend in the management. Okay, innovate or get inundated. You will be flooded. You will be going down. Innovation without entrepreneurship is useless. You innovate something, but convert into a commercial value product that should fetch you something and to the society. Don't innovate and just don't sit like that. Next, finally, Shiv Khera, who wrote the book You Can Win, he says winners don't do different things, they do things differently. So this is the mantra of the success. Okay, success mantra. So with this, I stop my presentation. I thank all the participants and the Department of Civil Engineering faculty, head of the department, and the principal of our college, and the management members. So thank you all. Any questions you can ask me or post me, I'll answer you, because I can send through mail also. Now the session is open for you.
Thank you for your wonderful presentation, sir. We have learned much information from this session, business innovation strategy, with case studies and many examples. Thank you very much, sir, once again. And now the session is open for question and answers. I request participants, please unmute yourself and ask any questions. You can clarify your doubts. And after the question answer sections, the feedback link will be shared in the chat box. Please fill the feedback link to get the e-certificate. Okay. Now, any questions from the participants? You can post in the chat box also.
There are no questions in chat box.
Yeah, till now there are no questions, sir.
Yeah, in the chat box, I don't see the questions. Anybody, you can just put
No,
the
sir,
questions.
we are seeing the chat box. No questions.
Or they can raise a hand or unmute themselves and they can ask.
Okay.
Anyway, any student who are interested to interact with me, you can direct to me, madam. Not an
Okay,
issue.
sir,
We are available
definitely.
anywhere
Provide
there.
mail ID also.
Yeah.
Krishna sir,
Yes, sir.
some students are asking for materials here.
Sure, sir. I'll forward this to you. And
If there is no question from students, sir, shall I ask one question, sir, with your permission?
yes, sir.
Myself, Manohar. Regarding this case study, when you were explaining about nano car, so actually most of the people demanded that low cost cars. At that
Correct,
time,
sir.
it was fixed as 1 lakh.
Yes, sir.
Why it is failed, sir? We can use this in incremental innovation technology strategy, and they can keep it around 1.5 or 2 lakhs also. It's far less than this Maruti car, which is the cheapest 3 lakhs now. Okay. Why they have not followed? Why they stopped?
Production activity.
Yeah, that is my
Yes,
doubt.
sir. Yes, sir. There are two reasons for this one. So actually, Tata sir, Ratan Tata is the father of our Indian management.
Yeah.
In fact, under his footprints, the other Ratan Tata and other team members are working on. So the nano car, when they wanted to establish, sell it for 1 lakh, they went to the Bengal, sir. Because of the political reasons, they came back. And when they started in the Gujarat, so by that time, their plans and the investment, I mean, the cost of the project has gone up, sir. They could not make the car within the time. That's why they launched it for 1,30,000. And the model that they were designed, actually, Matis was the one similar design. This was a Korean car. It was a very successful car, but somehow the people did not accept it. The adaptation by the customer is to be considered, sir. Whenever you develop a product, so we have to have a proper acceptance from the customers. That is the failure of the customer, not the product, sir. It's not the acceptance. They are not failed in the product manufacturing. They were successful. But creating the awareness and getting the acceptance from the people was not there. Because if you see the adaptation process, initially only 3% will accept. After that, some early acceptors 13%, and so on. So this did not give them the required margins, sir. So that's why they had to go back, and they could not make it, sir. So it is only it's not a product failure. It is a failure from the part of the marketing, I can say, and it is the not accepted by the people. This is one way. It can be a design aspect. So therein they can relaunch it by doing some kind of decoration, some remodeling. That work definitely will fetch the demand for this nano cars. Even today we can challenge technically.
There is no problem with the design now, sir. Sometimes
No
I
problem,
heard that
No
accidents
problem,
are
sir.
taking place, burning of engines and something like that.
It's a design related, and yes, sir, design related, because they have already launched. Indica is a very big success for them, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
Pune, Bombay-Pune highway, you find many tags 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Okay.
And after that, Indica became the transportation car all over the India, sir. Technically, they don't have the problem. So 800cc models are already launched in India and they were successful. Maruti Suzuki 800 Alto is there, and you have the Hyundai, Matic, Devus, Matic. These are all success. But the only thing is, Matic gone back because of the pricing. Toyota launched small cars, so they are not competing with the Maruti, sir. So that is the idea. So we have to Indianize the things also, sir. Like Bajaj scooter is there. Bajaj scooter is a very old vehicle, and it is even today is used by many people. It is a very big success. But after that, a low emission tools came in. Very good model, 150cc compared to the 100cc of Chetak. But it was a big success. But again, they failed because of the non-implementation of the new innovation and cost reduction. It has the product has to be creative, innovative. I mean, it should have the new thing and quality and low cost also. So our Indian market requires best product at a affordable price. So that is the logic, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Still any more questions from the participants? Oh,
Sometimes, sir, you may innovate a new product, but it may not reach to the people. That is the problem. in our scenario, so there is there has to be a strong marketing support, sir. That is the idea.
Yeah.
Now I hand over the session to the convener of this program, Dr. Manohar, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, madam. So it was a wonderful lecture, sir. Really, I also got benefited. I got so many in-depth case studies also. It was very impressive, sir. Really, I thank Krishna, sir. So in continuation, as we have this membership in IAC, so there is another activity, sir, that may be useful for our students and participants. So we have to conduct one contest also, sir, about business model. So they will make, I think you have given some examples also to go for some analysis. So if they come for analysis and we'll make some contest. So we'll give just 5 minutes presentations and we'll select whichever is best. I think we can give the prizes also.
Sure, sir, sure.
So we'll give the, we'll conduct that third week or fourth week of this month itself. So we'll give the guidelines for the participants and all these things we will follow up, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. So now we'll go for vote of thanks by Srividya. Madam Srividya.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Good afternoon, one and all. It gives me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of Civil Engineering Department, Mathrishri Engineering College. I take this opportunity to express our gratitude to our guest speaker, Dr. M. Krishna, sir, for accepting our invitation and enlightening us on the topic Business Model Canvas Innovation Strategy and sharing valuable information with us in today's session. I also thank our management, our principal, sir, our head of the department for extending their support in conducting this webinar. I also thank all the participants for making this webinar a grand success. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Madam, I think we have to keep for 5 more minutes to submit the feedback and getting e-certificates.
Okay, okay, sir. We'll wait.
Now, participants, feedback.
Posted the link in the chat box. Please fill the feedback link to get the e-certificate.
So with your permission, I will sign out, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Rajaramana, sir. Thank you very much, all of you.
Okay, okay, sir.
All the participants, please fill the feedback to get the e-certificate. Yes, after filling the feedback, please exit the meeting. After filling the feedback form, please exit the meeting, all the participants. If anybody didn't get the e-certificate, please inform us. Any problem in the feedback link or anything, you can inform us. Rule number 312, 4, 10, 15, 33, 34, 35. Now please fill the feedback link and exit the meeting. Three 12 Ramadevi, 10, 18 batch, 10, 15, 48, 303, 19 batch, 19 batch, 309, 310. Fill the feedback link and exit the meeting. Designation, if you are a student, you have to write student. Student, designation is student, somebody is asking. Roll number 48, 303, 315. Only 3 of you left. Sir, HOD sir. Sir. Vamshi, rule number 48, Vamshi. Rule number 48, Vamshi.